Hi, this is JJ Gat. Welcome back to my channel. So a lot of people join social media and become creators for various different reasons. Perhaps they have a book, a TV show, some other venture where they're selling something and they want to use social media as a means of growing their subscribers, their followers, their sales, their revenues, getting an audience for their book or something like that. And there is this unrealistic expectation about the growth trajectory, and they sort of overestimate how fast they're going to grow. And that's because they may have seen people they know or people they follow have meteoric rise using social media, and there's a presumption that they can do it too. However, the fact of the matter is, unless someone has gone viral, which can happen, the majority of people, unless they're celebrities, a politician, an athlete, someone who has had fame in another realm or previous life, or someone who comes from an industry where they already know storytelling, perhaps a filmmaker, someone who was a broadcast journalist. If you come from one of those fields, or you come from one of those backgrounds, or you go viral, for sure you can grow super fast in social media, YouTube, Pinterest, any of them once you hit the ground running. However, a lot of people,
it's a slow process.
And the minute that you do have that mindset shift, when you realize that it's gonna take a long time, that it's that cliche, it's a marathon, not a sprint. I think at that point you have the maturity and the mindset to know that it's a growth. So that's the first thing you do. That's the first thing I did when I realized that it's gonna be a long way going in order to be successful in this arena. The second thing that I did, and that you should do too if you're not there yet, is prepare for the fact that until you make a name for yourself, the way that you're going to grow is by doing content that is searchable, meaning people's looking for them, or that's trending, or both if possible. You're going to have to capture that how-to, that search audience that's looking for something. And the best situation you can be in is when you create content that is kind of fine-tuned enough where there's people searching for it, but there's not a lot of channels, there's not a lot of accounts covering that niche, and so you can capture all of that audience, all of the search traffic for you. An example I give is I had a Pinterest pin on creating a celery green juice. It was trending. However, I narrowed it down. I did a long tail keyword where I said celery green juice that's palatable. So people who were searching for that specific type of celery juice that was trending, I was able to capture a lot of that audience and get 30,000 views on that pin. It took another year for it to actually blow up. It's now almost at 10 million, or might have surpassed 10 million, but it started a year prior. So that's what I mean about the Pinterest being, social media being the long game. Have that mindset, understanding it's gonna take a while. And then the third thing I would say that you need to do is also that you must niche down if possible, because what happens is the more narrow is your niche, the more likely people are gonna subscribe and follow your account, because people prefer to follow accounts that are only focused on one particular category of content. Because if they follow something and you look at your account and you're doing all sorts of stuff, they may not be interested in those other things, and you may crowd their feed with those other things, and they don't want that to happen, so they're less likely to subscribe if you're doing too many other things. So the third thing you want to do, if you want to consider, is niching down. The fourth and final thing that I did, and you should do too, in order to change your growth trajectory or your path as a creator, is have a content management workflow. Have a system whereby you know when you're going to create content, when you're going to research what content you're going to create, when you actually create that content, edit that content, put together a thumbnail or pin to match with that content, market and promote it outside the platform, within the platform, and then also following up and looking at the analytics, and then also if it does well, repeating, rinse and repeating, doing what does work well, and based on your analytics, dispensing of what's not working well, including maybe an intro video. You find people are dropping off, cut that out. So that fourth thing is having a content plan or workflow. Now, what I have for you creators and you influencers and you YouTubers and Pinterest is in my bio. I've created 2 new crash courses for Pinterest, one for Pinterest, one for YouTube, that you can find down below. And also, if you go to my website, jjgat.com, which is the sponsor of this video, you'll see tons of tools and resources that I've curated there for you, including a growth checklist, including a Pinterest setup checklist. And then also, if you're interested in work with me, which we can do on a one-on-one basis, you can apply to become a candidate. So that's what I have for you today. I wanted to have that come to Jesus moment. And if you are like what you see, I want to invite you to join the J Squad. It's what I call my community of creators here. And you do that by just hitting the subscribe button. And if you'd like YouTube to let you know when I upload a new video, you hit that notification bell and voila, you'll get notified in app. You might get an alert, whatever it is, then you'll become first. I try to create content for you so you don't have to do the work. I do the heavy lifting for you. And yeah, so that's what I have for you today. If you'd like to continue to learn from me, I want to invite you to watch this video about growth or this playlist. And yeah, I'll see you on my next video. Cue my outro music. Ba-dum, ba-dum, boom.